Hey everybody, Matt here from The Average Nobodies. So, as some of you may know, The Average Nobodies, we do two podcasts. We do The Average Nobodies podcast, and we also do the Make Movies Great Again podcast. And I just want to share with you guys how I record our podcast and like what the workflow is. So, if you just follow me down here, I'm going to show you guys. So, first up, I'm using this sound mixer right here. This is a Behringer Xenix QX120 to USB. It has USB function, but I don't use the USB function. I actually have it record to a Zoom H4n, so that's how that gets done. So I just want to show you when I was first setting this up, I had issues with recording my guest on Skype. So I did a little research and I found out that what I needed to do was get one of these little USB plugs right here. This USB plugs into my Mac laptop and it gives me an in and an out point, when before I only had an out point in the headphone jack. So this USB is an audio interface, so I can take audio from the computer but also send audio from the mixer to the computer through the FX send. Okay, so we have that set up like that. What I'm using here to connect the Skype caller to my board, I'm using a auxiliary cord that also it changes it into a 1/4 inch so it'll fit in there, to the FX send. That'll send everything from the board that you choose to the computer or wherever you're sending it. So I'm plugging it on the in on this USB drive, the USB interface right here. Then I'm using this stereo phone jacks to 1/4 inch regular, auxiliary headphone jack for the out. So that's taking everything from the computer, so my Skype caller, and putting it into the board. Now, the trick to not letting the caller hear themselves is going to the area on the board where your caller is. So for me, I don't know if you can see that, but it's the 5/8 channel, which is right here. You just take the FX knob and you turn it down. On everything else, you have the FX knob up so you can hear it in your headphones. Or at least from my understanding, that's how it works. You just want to make sure you have the FX knob turned down. That way, where your FX send is going isn't going to, you'll just be in a constant loop of, they'll just keep hearing themselves and it'll just be an echo chamber. So you don't want that. So anyway, that's the kind of long and short. I hope I did a halfway decent job explaining that. But if you need help with this setup, another thing just to note is like I said, I have the main out with two of these 1/4 inch phone jacks. They go straight into my H4n, and that's how I record everything. Everything comes into here, and I record onto an SD card. So if you have any I've kind of worked through, I've watched hundreds of YouTube videos on this stuff, trying to figure out how it will work for my podcast. So if you have any questions on a similar board, it's all the same stuff. It's just like slight variations with different boards. So if you have any questions on this, how to record a Skype call, at least just the audio portion, and how to like ingest sound effects, which I use a tablet, and I use another one of those regular auxiliary to the two stereo jacks right there. I just use another one of those, and I plug it into, I have an Nexus 7. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'd be happy to help you guys out. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.